evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you might be chiming in from. My name is Marva B, CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine, and this is the Black Link Experience, and we have the amazing Beth with us tonight. Beth, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Yes, well, we're excited to have you. When we got the call, we was like, absolutely, yes. And yeah, thank you for being here. Let's just jump right in and go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell the world who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Beth. I'm a singer, songwriter, and new author.
Yes, congrats.
Yes, I'm excited about that. And I'm proud daughter of a funk brother, lover of music. I love people. I love to perform and entertain. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Well, congratulations on your new book. It's a children's book that we'll talk about as well. So I'm glad to hear that. I just proud. Okay, so let's get right into this thing. Beth, let's talk about earlier on in your life, whenever you were getting into this business. What inspired you, or who inspired you to sing and to be in this business?
My father was a funk brother, so there was always music around me. The radio was always on, and he, always taught us to love music and to respect music and to honor that craft. But I think that what really inspired me as a little girl to want to sing is to see Whitney Houston when she came out, and just to see her on that front cover of that album and in that swimming suit on the beach, hair slicked back. That was an artist that I could look at and relate to. She was a brown skinned girl. She was tall. She was thin. She wasn't super shapely. That's me. I'm not that voluptuous, but I'm just, And I saw myself in her, and seeing her sing and just having a artist to look up to.
Yes.
That was everything for me. And all I ever wanted to do was just be like Whitney Houston. So that was like my favorite.
Yeah, let me tell you, that's my girl. That will always be my girl. From the moment she showed up on the TV screens and out, that was my girl. Never wavered from that. Always having that, no matter what. It didn't matter to me. And literally my family had to check on me when she was no longer here. That's how much I really love her. Her voice, everything about her, I loved her. So that's a great inspiration, to look after. What was it that actually got you into the professional side of things? Okay, you grew up and you loved Whitney. She was your, that's someone you looked up to. But at what point did you get into the professional side of the business?
Well, Whitney kind of has something to do with that too. But before that, I started, singing in bands and singing around town and wanting to just see if it would work for me, see if I could do it. Let's try. Let's start doing a couple gigs. Let's see how this works out. And I caught the ear of producer Michael J. Powell, who started Chapter 8. Who, kind of discovered Anita Baker, right? So started working with him, and he actually introduced me and took me to Anita. And with him doing that, I started touring with her for about 5 years. And that was my first professional on the road job. And then from her, I stopped working with her, and then I started working, doing background for Kim. And I still actually work with Kim. And I think at that point in time, that was my professional background as being my professional history as being a background singer. But then I transitioned into being a solo artist. And that's where Whitney comes back into the picture. There was some downtime, and I actually was Whitney Houston's body double and stand-in in the movie Sparkle. So I got to meet her, wear her clothes, like I was, So when I met her, that was a pivotal moment in my life, because I didn't ever think I was going to meet her. And okay, so since you follow Whitney and you're a big fan, you know how that year Whitney and Anita were going the Grammys and everybody. Okay, right? Okay.
Oh, Yes.
So I wasn't working with Anita at the time. I wasn't working with Whitney at the time, but I'm glued to the TV watching, and because Anita was from Detroit
Yep.
and Whitney was my favorite, right?
Yep.
And I'm thinking to myself, gosh, I'm never going to meet either one of these two
Yep.
great people. I end up working 5 years with Anita and then end up, meeting Whitney. So that was the crazy thing. But because I met Whitney and I thought it was something so totally unobtainable,
Right.
that's what let me know it was obtainable. Anything I wanted, I could do.
That's right.
Because that's so far-fetched for me to meet her. And I started seeing the connect the dots of things that I spoke that I wanted. I remember seeing Anita Baker at the Fox Theater in Detroit. And I was standing in the back watching the concert. And I said, man, sure would be nice to work for somebody like that. I think I want to be a background singer. And years forward, I did. And then meeting Whitney. So Whitney was the icing on the cake. I was like, now, if I can meet this woman in this strange situation, because it had nothing to do with music.
Right.
It was a movie set. The movie set was walking distance from my house in Detroit. I said, God just dropped her.
Just meant to be. It was the God thing.
So at this point, I said, if there's anything that I think I can't do, I can do.
That's right.
And then that was it. So that's how my professional career actually started, because after that, that's when I started saying, hey, I'm going to put this solo album out. Hey, I'm going to do me. And that's it. Everything just from there.
Yeah, that is amazing. People don't wake up every day and say, I wish. They wake up and say, I would love to meet them, or I would love to be around them, but to actually hands-on. So when you worked for Anita Baker, were you hands-on? I mean, was she hands-on, and how was that relationship, and how did how did you guys work together?
That was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. I was terrified because that was my first professional experience being a background singer, being on the road. We went all over the world. I mean, we hit the UK, Africa, all the islands, the United States. I did it for 5 years with her, which was incredible. And I had the time of my life. And I was content, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just be this background singer. And I remember Anita told me, she says, you're going to be a solo artist one day. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to be working background for you. No. And she was like, no, you're going to be a solo singer. And so she gave me the name Beth Always Sings, which is my social media handles and all that kind of stuff. And so she actually put that name. And so working with her was incredible. It taught me so much. I am such a stronger person and stronger artist, and a female artist, being having the confidence to speak up for myself and say what I want and say what I don't. She encouraged me. She doesn't know this, but the strength that she has made me want to put my own music out. That's why I have my own record label. That's why I own my own stuff, because I saw her be a boss. Yes. And I was like, well, if I'm going to be like her and I got a chance to sit up under this woman, why not do some of the boss things that she did or that she would encourage me to do? So she influenced me heavily. Yeah. It's a lot of Anita all over me.
Yeah.
Just seeing her.
Yeah.
Even when I perform sometimes, and I didn't cut my hair like her. This just happened.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, when I perform sometimes, they go, you remind me. And it's just because I watched her for so long, and it's just a natural.
Where you learned from. It's amazing that, and that's our connection, Beth, is that Anita and Whitney are off the rip for me. Anita and Whitney. And I always wanted to meet Whitney for sure, but it is what it is. Anyway, neither here nor there. I'm super excited for you, because that's a legend, right? And for you to take what you learned from her and really put it into action speaks volumes about you not taking those opportunities for granted and really them to do something. Then, so basically, you moved on into being an artist of yourself, just coming out yourself and creating on your own, and you were encouraged by that. What was your very first single that you dropped?
Well, no, the first single I put out was called Pillow Talk. I did that in 2017, and it's still one of my favorite songs. I put that song out, and then in August the full album came out, and then I think I released 4 or 5 singles after that. And I have a second album. Well, I actually have a new single coming out next week.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I did that because every holiday season I'll drop a holiday. And my second album is done, and it'll be out in 2022. We had a big listening party in March, just to invite some fans and invite people to come listen to the music to see what I've been doing. And we got an incredible positive response. And people were like, when are you going to put it out? And we were like, we don't know. And we contemplated with putting it out in 2021, and we just decided not to. I have been busy doing other things and just developing me so that I can be the best me I can be. Every time I come out, I want to be better. So we said, let's just wait. So 2022 is on and popping. I can't wait for this new project to come out.
Can't wait.
I'm excited.
Be following you. We will definitely be following you. So, you know, and you also did The Voice.
Right.
So tell me about that and that opportunity and how that came about.
I have a great manager, and he's always looking for things for me to do. And then a lot of times great things just come across his desk, and the opportunity for me to do The Voice came across his desk. And I just remember the first time I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going on this show. I'm not gonna have these people voting on me and sending me, embarrassing me on TV. And I said no. And then they called back again. And I said, okay. They may not call back a third time. And if it's the second time they've reached out, maybe this is something I should try. Right. But I never went into it like, oh, I'm about to win and I'm about to be. I just said, let me just try and see what happens. And I said, the worst thing that could happen is I can get on TV and build myself and use that platform to grow.
Yes, right.
And I went, and that's what happened. I wasn't on the show as long as I would have liked to have been on the show, but I was on the show long enough to grow and build my confidence and develop as an artist. It was just one of the best things that's ever happened. I'm so glad that I decided to go.
Let me tell you, you blew it out the park.
We
watched that trailer that was sent over, and we watched it in John Legend's face, and they were just all over it. Tell us your experience with John, because he didn't get you at first. He stole you, right? Ain't that?
Yeah, you know, I get a lot of people saying, why did you pick Kelly Clarkson first? Because John actually turned his chair around first. And I said, you know, when you go on a show like that, it's chess, not checkers.
Right.
So, you know, you got to have your ace in the hole.
Right.
So I was like, if I pick Kelly, and I wanted to work with Kelly. Kelly had been on American Idol. She had been on the show before. She's an incredible artist and singer. Yeah. And I said, if I can grow and learn something from her. So I spent time with her to grow and learn from her. Yeah. And then I was able to spend time with John Legend and grow and learn from him. And the things that they told me have stayed with me. I remember them in every performance. They really just encouraged me to relax more and to be free and to trust myself as a singer more, because sometimes singers are very structured and we rehearse it and we have to do it exactly the way we rehearsed it. And that is the structure. There's the format, but you still have to have some relaxation and liberty to let yourself breathe. And so they really worked with me on that. And I cherish that.
I could not tell. I was like, who is Beth? What? Where has Beth been? You know,
Beth is here. She's just having the time of her life.
And you do remind me of Anita Baker. And I'm so glad that you came across my desk, because I was
Thank you.
Yay. All right, let's move on. You were the voice of Dancing with the Stars too for a bit. Is that correct?
I did that. Now that was 2016.
Okay, that's the 2016.
Season 22.
Okay.
I got for this stuff.
Okay.
I was brought in for something called Icons Night. And I got a chance to sing Whitney and Aretha Franklin.
What?
And when I did the Aretha Franklin song, Wanya Morris from Boyz II Men danced to that. And then when I did the Whitney song, I can't remember who the dancers were, but that was the first perfect 10 of that season. And I just cried.
I would have cried too.
I was so honored for that. So yeah, that was a wonderful experience. And that was my actual first live television ABC performance. That was live.
Yeah.
It was
that nerve-wracking for that?
Oh my God.
Like you gotta hit it, you gotta get it right the first time, because we can't go back and edit.
You see my face? Yes. I was freaking out. You know, that show was probably the hardest job I've ever done, because, and the singer, hats off to the singers that they do this all the time. And I know the singers there, you know, because I met them there and I still.
Yeah.
That job, you get up at 4 or 5 a.m. The first rehearsal, and it's hard for the dancers too, because the first rehearsal with the band is at 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So you're singing and they're dancing at 7 a.m.
At 7 a.m. in the morning.
Then you have more rehearsals and then you stop and then you rest. And then it's West Coast. So you actually go live at 5 p.m. I'm an East Coaster. So my body was like, hey,
screaming.
But it was incredible to do it and to have left a mark.
Yes.
So and that show prepared me for The Voice.
Absolutely.
Because then when I walked on I was on another Hollywood set, another Universal Studios set, and I just knew it didn't feel like unfamiliar to me. It was familiar to me because I had been there. And I said, the Lord has already brought me here. So I know I know how to walk in this thing. Girl, so I say that to say, when I get back to Hollywood, I'm going to know even more how to walk.
That's right.
If he's done it once and he's done it twice, we already know I'm going back. It's third time. So we already know.
It's coming. It's coming. So I want to go back to the Whitney Houston set where you were the double. Like, how did you run into that? And then what particular double did you play for her? Do you remember? Can you tell?
Yeah. I was her body double. So how that works is they cast body doubles and stand-ins just like they cast the actor and the actress. Okay. Or actors and actresses for everybody. Like you have they're not unless there's a stunt double and that's something different, They had this casting call on television in Detroit, like, you need to go and audition for this movie. They're looking for extras and stand-ins and all this kind of stuff. And I saw this, I'm not going down there getting that line. So a friend of mine called me and he was like, there's an audition for the movie Sparkle. You know that movie? And I'm like, yeah, I know that movie. He says, well, you should go down there because you always wearing rhinestones and glitter and you be sparkling. And it was just a joke. Yeah. He said, you should go because I'm going to go down there. And I said, okay, fine, whatever. And I did. I went down there and the process was the weirdest thing. I went down there to get cast and they asked me to do another role that I could not do. And I remember getting off the phone. I said, listen, I really want to do something with this movie. I didn't even know Whitney was in the movie at the time. Right. I said, I want to do something. And they said, well, maybe we'll find something else for you. They called me back and they said, we have another role we think that you could do. We need you to come down here at this time and sign in at this desk. And I did. And I sat there, honestly, for probably 6 to 8 hours. I sat in the lobby. Nobody ever called me. Nobody ever asked me to come in a room. Nobody ever asked me to audition. It was me and a couple other girls. We just sat in this and we were like, and I would get up and go to the desk. I'm like, do they know we're here to audition? And the lady would be like, yeah, just have a seat. Like, what? We sitting there. This is how crazy this story is. We're sitting there. People are walking back and forth. People walking in the hallway. But nobody ever comes and says anything to us. Finally, at the end, somebody comes and says, you all want to go have lunch? And we're like, yeah. So we went and had lunch. They said, when you get finished with lunch, go back and sit down. I said, well, maybe they get us an afternoon. Right. We sat more hours. Finally, somebody came and said, okay, you all, thank you for your time. You can go. I said, whoa, I've been sitting here all afternoon. Why are we sitting here? They were like, oh, well, we were trying to, and then they told us, we're trying to find the body doubles for Jordan Sparks for Whitney Houston. I said, well, when are we going to talk to somebody? They said, oh, we've already selected who we want. They were walking through the hallway watching us and we didn't even know it. And so then I said, well, do you need us to come into a room or sign something? Did we get picked? And they brought us all in the room and they looked at us one last time. They said, we'll call you. I had no idea. And Whitney came walking in the room, walking right past me, had a hood on. I didn't know it was her, but I heard her talking. I said, that sounds like Whitney Houston. Didn't know, right? Day or two later, they called me back. They said, you have the part. I said, the part? What part? Again, I didn't know it was, I didn't know. They said, you have the part. And I said, what part? They said, you're going to be Whitney's body double. I said, Whitney? Like, Whitney who? And it was like Whitney Houston. They was like, you're her exact measurements. And I was. Same shoe, height. And guess what? You want to know one different?
Why?
Me and Whitney got the same birthday.
Oh, Beth.
Yes.
That's meant. I promise that was
Yes.
meant to be. You got to
Yes.
make me cry. I
Yes.
love her.
August the 9th. That is our birthday.
You
Yes.
just had a birthday in August then.
I
You
did.
cried.
I did.
Oh, so
You
did
know,
you get to, so you did get to talk to her and work
oh
with
yeah,
her?
yeah. So there was, so after they told me I had to part, I'm freaking out, I'm screaming, and I'm like, have no idea
Yes.
what's going on. So basically what a stand-in does is the day of the shoot, they assess the lighting, the camera and the production people assess the lighting. The stand-in gets dressed in the same color as what the person,
Right.
I would put on the same color with me. They would adjust all the lighting for me. They would adjust the cameras for me. She literally is in the room sitting there watching me doing her lines. And if there's a line or something I have to say or movement, I do everything. And she watches me because she basically comes in and duplicates everything that I do. And I take the direction from the director.
Right.
And they what to do. And she would come in every morning. She'd be like, hey girl, good morning. And I would be like, freaking out. So I never would talk to her until one day opportunity came past. But we were going into craft services where there was food. And I said to myself, if I don't say something to this woman, I ain't gonna never say nothing to her.
Right.
And they were telling us, don't bother the actors.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to send me home because I'm gonna talk to Whitney Houston.
I got something to say.
I got something to say. And she walked in and I said, excuse me, Miss Houston. She said, yeah, baby. I said, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm your body double when you're standing. She said, I know who you are. And I was like, okay. I said, well, I just want to tell you one thing. And she said, what is it? I said, we got the same birthday. And she's like, what? And she stopped. And I said, August the 9th. And she grabbed me and just hugged me. And I was like, Whitney Houston is touching me. And she said, oh my, are you serious? And I said, yes. And then we chatted about some other, it was all a blur.
Yeah.
But she, we talked and she says, I'm so glad you told me that. She says, I love that. She says, there's somebody else whose birthday is that same day too. He's my assistant and he's on set. She says, I'm going to send him to find you. Oh. And she said, because this is unbelievable that you would have the same birthday. Right. And he later did come and talk to me. He said, Miss Houston sent me to find you. And I said, sent you to find who? Like, I was freaking out. So he got all my information. And when I tell you to this day, he and I still talk.
Oh, that is a great story. That is
we still talk. Still talk. Yes.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah. I don't tell a lot of people that because it's to the point where, some people are like, sure you do. But no, it's the honest to God. And we talk every birthday without fail at midnight on August 9th. And we try to beat each other, calling each other first. So that is my connection to her that has continued to live.
Yes.
And she's a guardian angel to me.
That's awesome.
It really is.
Well,
yeah. They even invited me to the funeral. Like I had the invitations and everything. No, I didn't. But I have the invitations and like seriously, like they totally the family. Yeah, they embraced me.
That's amazing. Thank you. It means everything to me.
Like you got the exclusive on that because
I got the exclusive. Okay. All right. Thank you again for sharing that. So let's move on. You got a new single. You are a brilliant, amazing singer. I love the way you perform. Like in your video, you just looked amazing. And so Got Next. Yes. Let's talk about what inspired you to do Got Next. What is the story behind Got Next? How did you come up with it? Did you write it? All those good things.
Okay, so Got Next is produced by Marcus Divine. He's an incredible MD.
Yes. What up, Marcus?
Okay, so yep. So, and he's out with the Millennium Tour now. For Ashanti and Pretty Ricky and Lloyd. So that was him. He brought me that track, and and I love West Coast rap. I love funk. I'm the daughter of a funk brother, and I said I just want something out the box. He brought me that track. I loved it. We both wrote it together, and then we called Swift from D12, asked him would he make an appearance on there, and he did. And there it is.
And I'm telling y'all, it was just like a great connection. It's like, how was it working with D12?
Oh, Swift is like my brother. Like it's all fun, laugh, giggles. And then then he put his gangsta on. I love him. He's really cool. Just really cool. Easy to work with. Fun. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
I have a new single coming out next week, so that's why it's like I put the song out, we push the song, and then move on to the next, because I'm always doing something. But God Next was fun to do. And I think it caught a lot of people off guard because that's a different side of me. They're used to hearing
you looked amazing.
Thank you. It was fun. You know, people used to me singing free and having on a dress, flower. And I'm like, there's another side to me.
You went there and you did it well. You did it well.
That's the side of me people don't know.
Yeah.
That side is very much there. They just, I just don't sing about it.
But they love it. And because whenever I posted, to advertise that you were coming, people was like, that is my girl. They were rooting for you. And I was like, yes. So congratulations on that and your new single that's coming up. I'm going to let you go, but I want to ask another question about this music industry. And I do it to every artist that come across here, because we know that the business can be tough. It can be a tough journey. And there's some things that happen on the backside that we looking up from the outside in looks like, oh gosh, it just looked like, just the glitz and glamour. Can you tell us some of your experiences, some of the tough times that you had but that you pushed through? How did you combat through those things?
So to be honest, I'm the type of person that if there's a bad experience that happens to me, I really try to move from that. And literally there's experiences that have happened to me that somebody would have to remind me, because I throw it in the sea of forgetfulness. I don't let it define me. I compartmentalize it. I learn from that situation, and I move on. And then another reason why is I can't always tell the situations because I don't want to incriminate people.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay.
It's not, I wasn't harmed, I wasn't mad, but it was just things that happen in the business because people are business people and they just do what they got to do for themselves.
Yeah.
So it's in that sense. So what I will say is those experiences made me stronger. I learned from those experiences. I understand why those experiences happen. So what I will tell people that are coming up in the business or that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, don't ever do this for money. Do it for the love.
That's what I want.
And know that some bold stuff is going to happen. But that proves, the character of the person that you're working for. Yeah. And maybe you don't need to work with that person, or you need to work for yourself. But learn from those experiences, because you'll find yourself as being your own boss, that you may have to make some decisions sometimes that are uncomfortable and that are going to benefit you and may not benefit others. Yeah. So I tell people all the time, make sure that you surround yourself with people that you can learn from. And don't fall in love with those people, because those people may not be in your life the whole time. Oh. They may just be for a season, and you learn what you need to learn from them, and then you move on. And again, don't do it for the money, do it for the love, and always invest in yourself. Don't ever look for people to do things for you and pay for things for you that you can't with a little work that you can't do for yourself, because then they got something hanging over your head. So,
oh my gosh,
it may take you a little longer to do it, but you gotta work, because it'll be yours.
I like what you said. Snoop Dogg, I was listening to one of his interviews and he was saying, I think it was Snoop, I can't remember. Let me take it back. I'm not sure. But anyway, said that I want to be the dumbest person in the room. Right? I'm brilliant. I'm pretty smart, right? But I want to be the dumbest person in the room because I want to stay learning.
Yes.
Learning about this business, because it's forever changing.
It is.
And there's some things that can drop in your lap that you don't know what's going on. So if you have those people that are already been there, seasoned, know the business, those are the people you surround yourself with. I love that.
And also one of the things too, if something uncomfortable happens to you or something that hurts your feelings, don't feel like when you get big that you got to do it to somebody else to make you feel better. Because a lot of times that happens. Like I had some situations, and so I can speak on this, that I may have asked somebody for some help or talked about something, and they'll say, well, I had to figure it out and get mad. Now you got to get yours. Well, that's not always the case. Sometimes you do have to take somebody and reach back and help them. And when people call me and ask me for advice or ask me my opinion, I say, listen, I'll tell you whatever you want to know, because the mold is not broken with me. Now, it's up to you what you do with the information.
You do with it.
I'll tell you
what you do with it.
I'll tell you. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say, well, you're gonna have to research this and figure this out yourself. I'll say, nope, this is what you should do. Now, I'll tell you what I may not do. I may not tell them everything,
Yeah.
but I may start the ball rolling so that
Yes.
they'll be in the right direction to get the information.
I love that. I love that.
Because you'll find it too. Sometimes when you tell some people everything, they won't do anything for themselves. They'll just call you for every little thing and they won't think.
Yeah. Jackie
So
Bush, yeah, Jackie Bush, Auntie Jackie, shout out to her, she worked with Rick James and she's kind of the PR lady in the business, right? And she always says, whatever you do at every chance you get, help somebody. Help somebody, pour yourself into others, and it'll come back to you. It might not come back from the person you helped.
No.
But you'll get it.
But it'll come back.
Yeah.
It'll definitely come back.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. I enjoyed this conversation and getting to know more about who Beth is. Like, you're so down to earth and you're so sweet. And so thank you for sharing.
So are you. I've enjoyed this.
Thank you. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you on all social media sites.
Okay. I am on Instagram. I'm on Twitter sometimes. And then I'm on Facebook. And you can go to Instagram and Twitter at Beth Always Sings. And my website is bethalwayssings.com. And then you can always find me on Facebook, Beth with the blue check. I love my blue check.
Hey, very much.
Yes.
That's so sweet. Well, thank you, Beth. And your music on all streaming platforms?
It is. It is on all streaming platforms. All the stuff. Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all that stuff they got. All that stuff.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there.
Yeah.
So, and then can you give us the date that you're dropping your new single?
Yes, it's called Celebrate, and it'll be out November 15th.
November 15th, you guys, literally like in about a week.
Next week. And Marcus Divine produced that one too. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. It's just a fun, upbeat song. We need to celebrate. We need to enjoy life and live life. And that song is just about that. It's a nice little bop.
Yeah. And I think it's timely because everything that we've gone through, COVID and even other sicknesses and then mental health and all this stuff, it's time to celebrate and just be thankful we're live and just be kind to people as you can and all that good stuff. So I can't wait to see it. And hopefully you will allow us to run that song or one of your singles on the website because we have all our independent artists out there and we just would love to run it if you'd allow us.
Yeah, Ron can send you that information. He can send you all that. And also too, my book is on my website.
Let's talk about it real quick. Real quick, the book, children's book. Let's talk about it real quick.
Yes, it's called I'm Beautiful Inside and Out. And it's we released it in October, latter part of October for Anti-Bullying Month. And the story is just about being nice and kind. It's involving insects. It's a brightly colored book. And it's starting out talking about Beth the caterpillar, who wasn't that cute. And then she blossomed into the beautiful butterfly. But all while she wasn't where she wanted to be and wasn't developed, she was teased and she was talked about and the other insects were mean to her. And so that's what happens in life. And I wanted to do something that reached the children at such a very elementary level, because that's when they're learning about emotions and how to treat people. So if they learn that they need to be nice and kind and love people, whether they're different or not, they look like you or not, then that allows them to grow into productive adults.
Yeah. That's so awesome. I'm going to have to get that book. My daughter is 12 years old, an author that wrote Be Yourself. It's about bullying as well.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
Yes. So we'll have to get your book when it's released. So kudos to you.
It is out.
Oh, it's already out on Amazon?
Nope. On my website exclusively.
I thought it was just coming out. Look,
no, it is out. It is. You can only get it on my website.
Hold it up again. Okay, and the website, you guys, is bethalwayssings.com. We're going to get that book.
Yep.
For Christmas. You guys, look, Christmas is coming. Get it for the kids that are in your family. Just get it for a kid and give it to them for Christmas. Because bullying is a real thing. And if we can teach these children at a young age how to treat people, I think it'll carry on to their older ages as they mature and grow. Treat people like you want to be treated.
And I autograph every copy.
Okay. Oh, okay. I can't wait. We'll get that. Beth, again, thank you so much for being at Black Link Magazine. We're so excited and we can't wait to get you in the magazine. We will be in touch with your people to when it's coming up. You got a lot going on in 2022, so it'll be in 2022. Yeah. But we can't wait. You guys go follow Beth. Beth Always Sings on really all social media sites. What else? Nothing else. If nothing else, we're gonna get out of
Yeah,
here.
I'll be on the road with Kim and Najee the latter part of the year, because I tour with Najee as well. So I'll be out. So you can check my website for upcoming dates, and that's it.
Listen, Kim, we love Kim too. We love everybody. My husband loves some Kim. So, oh my God, you're just doing amazing stuff. All right, is that it? Is that what all we got?
That's it. That's
all right,
it.
y'all. We're gonna get out of here for now. Remember, respect yourself, respect each other. God bless.
Thank you.